Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome back to our channel. I am Joy Oz. How are you all doing? A very big thank you to our subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone that have liked our videos, that have shared our videos, that have commented on our video. I would love it that anytime you watch our video, please leave a comment at the comment section. Let me know you watched the video. And today I'll be sharing with you my own tips on how to reduce stress in marriage. A lot of marriages are going through stress because of one reason or the other. So today I'll be sharing with you, and at the end of the video I'll share with you my own tips on how I reduce stress in my marriage. So the very first thing I would love to tell you that in reducing stress in marriage, you have to know that you are in charge of your own happiness. I know when we got married, many of us we have this idea, when I just get married, my problem will just reduce. When I have kids, my problem will reduce. But you are wrong. When you get married, your problem just doubled. When you have kids, your problem just tripled because this position takes a lot of responsibility, and if you are not happy yourself, you cannot be able to handle this responsibility. The truth is you are in charge of your own happiness. Decide to be happy. Nobody will make you happy. The truth is nobody owes you anything, not your husband, not your children. If you want to reduce stress in marriage, you have to be happy, and you have to know that your happiness is your own responsibility. The very first tip I would love to share with you is that a lot of us don't read about marriage. If you want to reduce stress in marriage, you have to know how to be able to do it. We don't read about marriage, we don't study about marriage, we don't listen to seminars about marriage, and it's not supposed to be like that. If I want to ask you that is watching me, how many books have you read about marriage? How many times have you watched seminars about marriage? Especially us Christians, we feel we know everything. We feel, what's this one talking about? And most of us are suffering in marriage. We are smiling and laughing. It's not supposed to be like that. Marriage is beautiful, really, but you have to read about marriage. Don't say I'm 20 years in marriage or I'm 50 years in marriage, I have experience. No. A lot of women are going through stress in their marriage because their husband have that African mentality, the way they want to do things, the way they feel that's how it's supposed to be. The truth is, don't have African marriage, don't have European marriage, have Bible marriage. You are not perfect. Read about marriage, study about it. I know a lot of us will like, oh, let me be praying. The truth is of the matter is, marriage is a practical thing. It's practical. The more you read about it, the more you get to know about it. You cannot compare your marriage to someone that reads about marriage, to someone that study about marriage, to someone that listen to seminar about marriage. Create time for those things, not on social media watching things that will not benefit you. What have you read about marriage this year? Learn about marriage. There are so many ways you are making mistakes. At times, a lot of us will blame our husband. Oh, it's you. You are the cause of the problem. We blame our wife. It's you. You are the cause of the problem. Do you know you that is watching me? You are a problem too. Yes. The moment you sit down, you listen to messages, you see where you yourself you are at fault. You'll be able to retrace your step. But if you don't know, how will you be able to do that? You don't have to imagine that you are perfect in it. Even ministers too. You don't have to feel you are perfect in it. You might be lacking in some place. Your wife might be suffering in some place. Your husband might be suffering in some place. Learn about marriage. Don't think you have the whole idea. Don't think you have the whole wisdom. Learn about marriage. Read about marriage. There are ways you talk to your spouse. There are ways you approach your wife, outside or inside. If you don't learn about it, you will never know. So I will encourage you today, get books on marriage, listen to seminars on marriage, things that will edify you, things that will build your marriage. It's really very important. Don't take things like that for granted. So what is she talking about? That is why we don't learn, because we feel we know everything. So I will encourage you today, get books on marriage, listen to messages. There are pastors that preach about marriage that they tell you the way it is. Look for their messages and listen to it. It will really be helpful. The very next tip on how to reduce stress in marriage is be forgiving. A lot of us are not forgiving. Some men can remember, you remember you offended me in 2014, April, on the 11th. In fact, it was in the evening when rain was falling. See, any marriage there is unforgiveness, you can't grow. Financially, you can't grow. Mentally, you can't grow. Spiritually, you can't grow. Emotionally, you can't grow because you have so much unforgiveness in your mind. When your wife do you something, forgive. A lot of men don't get to that place they want to get to today because they have so much unforgiveness in them. A lot of women don't get to that place. They are praying for that particular thing. They are saying, God, why have you not done it? Unforgiveness is building house in their mind. Unforgiveness is living in them. Learn to forgive. Don't say this matter, I will get to the end of it. The end of it is always problem. Learn to forgive. Learn to let go. If you want to see peace, in your marriage, if you want to see God's grace in your marriage, if you want to reduce stress in marriage, the very first thing is let it go. It's not everything your eyes see you want to see. You want to know what is going on. At times, do as if you are not seeing it. Let it go. Let that anger go. That is why you see many marriages don't last. They get married on Monday and they divorce on Friday because they can't forgive. Like, no, I would never let it go. No, this one, they can't do it to me. Let it go. Don't look at somebody's marriage to compare your marriage. Let it go. You can always start from somewhere. You might be the problem. When you read about marriage, when you study about marriage, you find out where you yourself you are making mistakes, and you'll be able to retrace your step. Don't think you are perfect. Don't think you know everything. God has given everybody wisdom in one way or the other. Listen to other ministers too. Listen to other people too. You have to be teachable. You have to learn from other people too. And when you listen to other, I listen to a lot of ministers about marriage. When I hold the remote in the house, they know what I want to watch. You should have that attitude that you are ready to learn. Don't think you are perfect. The very next one on how to reduce stress is pray together. A lot of husband and wife, they don't pray together. Even if you are not staying with your spouse, even if you are working different shifts, create a particular time to pray together. When you pray together as a family, you will grow spiritually, you will grow mentally, you will be able to release your stress and tell your spouse, this is what is wrong with me. Pray together. See it as a job, see it as a responsibility to pray together. When you pray together, the plans you people have for the next 5 years, God will start revealing them to you. Where God wants to take the two of you to, God will start revealing to you. If there are problems that you are going through in marriage, when you pray together, God will tell you, do it like this, do it like this. And you will just see that there will be peace. There will not be stress in a marriage. Pray together with your spouse. When you pray together, God will reveal the future of your children to you. God will tell you where He's taking them to when you pray together. I will encourage you to form the habit of praying together today because it will reduce stress in your marriage. I'm going to tell you my own tip on how I reduce stress in marriage because I watch a lot of messages on marriage, and there was a minister that said his own way how he reduced stress, and I decided to practice it. There was one time in my own marriage that I was working and my husband was working, so everybody was so busy, and my husband and I will work different shifts. I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, I go to work. Immediately I go from work, I go and pick my kids at school. From there I take the boy to football, so everybody was just busy. So after I watched the message, I decided, like, okay, in the morning when the kids were sleeping, I wrote on the paper what I am doing wrong, where you want me to improve. I wrote it on 2 pieces of paper. I gave my husband one, I held one, and we decided to write. We find out that we were slacking in some place. We were not spending time together because of family pressure, work pressure, the kids. In fact, that day we find out a lot of things we didn't know we were slacking, or a lot of places in our marriages we didn't know we were slacking. And we encourage you to try it. You don't have to write it. You can just sit him down and talk to him. I didn't say wake him up. It's not made that like it's not made that likely that when you wake them up 3 a.m. in the morning, they might want to sleep. Know when your spouse is ready to talk. You'll be able to find out what is wrong. That very day, we were able to find out that there were some places we were slacking. Like, I was always busy with the kids. I didn't have time for my husband. And that is what's going on in so many marriages. We are running after money. We are running after material things. We forget the basis of our marriage. Let's go back. How God has created marriage. Marriage is beautiful. The day I find out that there's no marriage in heaven, I say, this one, I will rock it. Try and make things work. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Every day you are reading towards it. Every day you are praying towards it. You start getting to that point in your life that you don't keep record of wrong. So I encourage you to try it because it really helps us. Sit your spouse down. Find out where you are making mistake. Ask him, where am I making mistake? What is that thing I'm not doing as a woman? Where am I making mistake? What is that thing I'm not doing as a man? Are you happy? Are you okay? Am I putting you under stress? Ask your spouse those questions and you'll be surprised what you hear. That's my own tips on how to reduce stress in marriage. And if you have your own tip, please leave it at the comment section. And if you have questions, send it to my Facebook inbox. I am Joy Oz. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I am Joy Oz. We have a family page on Facebook, Marriage, Fertility and Love. There we share ideas on marriage, fertility, and love. So don't forget to join us there. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button today and put on the notification bell. You'll be the first to know when we have a new video. Until then, I'm Joy Joseph. Bye for now.